up now. Yo, so I'm from Jupiter, Florida, and I'm pretty used to this kind of area, like the touristy, like fake culture thing. Like, I'm pretty sure we have a beach hut like that on my beach. Like, this looks exactly like West Palm. But I'm really used to the animals around here too. So I saw a pelican this morning and I was like, ah, chill, cool, it's a pelican. I'm gonna keep on swimming now. And then a woman just goes ape over the pelican. She has her iPhone in the water, she's waving it, she's taking photos, she's doing those weird like photography poses. Like when you really want an angle but you're too dumb to know how to do an angle on your camera. So maybe if I go like this, it'll be cooler. Won't. And I just sat there and like pretended to be like, oh yeah, that's a nice pelican. The whole time I was just like, why? So today I learned a valuable lesson that one man's weird garbage fish is another man's treasure, basically, and that I need to not be so culturally relative and care what people care about the pelicans.
What do you think of the market, Alex?
Oh yeah. It was pretty much like some flea markets that we have down there. It's scary, you don't want to talk to anyone. It's kind of how I feel about my whole life.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to the outlet store.
And supermarket, apparently.
Oh yeah, we moved into the supermarket.
Dr. Coates is
With
fascinated.
real sugar instead of corn syrup,
That's good.
which is the reason Coca-Cola tastes so good in Mexico.
Yeah?
So they say. Here we go. Take one. Authentic.
Real things like
This is serious journalism, Dr. Coates.
I used to go on the next Kentucky
I
Derby.
really just might though. I get the pink one on purpose. It says Mexico on it. Got to do it.
Should I look?
You should like
long
look
and
down a little bit and like what? You should wait, just like tilt your head. Yeah. Too cool for school.
Oh, send me that photo, that's so important. We're in Puerto Morelos. We had one of our first classes today. We talked a lot about basically how tourism destroys native communities, but also like there's not a viable resource otherwise. Like we don't really have an answer to how you can have sustainable tourism, which I think is really interesting to me because we kept on bringing up the point of like it's everyone's not right, but like everyone is free to travel wherever they want. It's just more of a problem of what happens when we are free to travel wherever we want, and is it okay to destroy these native, not habitats, native like environments, like contribute to capitalism. Like, it was really interesting today when we went to the markets and everyone was like harassing us and like calling out to us like, oh, we'll rip you off but for cheaper. Like, was I saying a literal quote? It's just, it's capitalism gone rampant in Cancun and it's fascinating. And even around here, like there's a little bit of catcalling and a little bit of like vendors trying to get us to do things.
Hi, I'm Dr. Wood, and I am joining the Millsaps faculty in the fall. And I'm here with the group from Dr. Curtis's class, Communication Studies. And we recently visited Tulum. Tulum is a restored archaeological site of the Mayan people. You walk through this little tunnel as you get to the site, and then you go out and you see the whole site in front of you, and it's very impressive. You see the different structures, some religious structures, some dwellings, all made of stone. And so you begin to wonder, your imagination goes to work on how they could have cut the stones to fit just right, and how they could have carved the faces in the fronts of the building, and you start to wonder what these buildings were used for, how they made them. It was just really interesting, and I look forward to taking students here next year to take Spanish classes and do some more excursions with Mayan ruins.
a little different. I thought a lot about ethics today. We talked a little bit about in the van about, you know, what is it ethical to film? What is it ethical not to film? How do you go about showing the, you know, something that is either real or authentic, or is it even authentic when you're looking through the lens? And how is it, you know, how do you go about making that ethical, or is there a way to do it ethically? Which I spent a lot of time thinking about today in terms of actually kind of analyzing what was going on and thinking about how do you go about doing that without exploiting a culture that's here, you know, particularly, and really in a lot of in any tourist destination, you know, the culture there is often exploited. So how do you show what's really there without further exploiting it?
Getting baked in the mud was, you know, part of the living in Yucatan experience that we have been doing for many years, and we didn't get quite as baked today as in some years past, because sometimes it's over 100 degrees, and today we were very lucky, and so it was a mild baking, but it was a good baking nonetheless. I enjoyed getting baked.
Far wherever you are.
Chosen as an icon for the entire Maya culture because of its significance. It's a building that displays astronomical information. It's a building that's considered to be a solar astronomical watch. If you look carefully, the building has a stairwell. It's been proven that at least 2 of these stairways would have 91 steps. Just around the hole, they suggest to count 91 each. Okay, so if you figure that out, that's 364. To accomplish the 365 number day of years in the year, take the first step, ground level, which is like a little sidewalk, or take the temple up. There you have 365. Maya calendar was divided in 18 periods of 20 days, and the last one of 5. So these last 5 days were for fasting.
How do you like being locked out of Casa Millsaps? It's been a long day.
It's been a long time since I left.
Very nice.
Probably just the rain.
What's your favorite part of the trip so far?
It has to be right now in Tropical Storm Boris in the room.
Why?
Fighting with people.
Wait.
Whoa!
it's awesome. I love this place. Particularly night. I like it at night when the sky is clear. If you're sitting right here, one of the things you can see is the way that the solar system lines up. You can watch the planets just sort of appear and the moon move through the night sky from sitting right up there.
Really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
I really like Oak Street's Cobb. I think it's a beautiful city. It's obviously a very old city. It's been here for a long time. It was a colonial city, so you can see evidence of that when you look around the city. There's still the churches, and you see this mural. I don't know if you can see it. There's the Spanish basically persecuting and kind of burning all of Mayan artifacts, which is interesting to me that they have that in this city, but I think that it tells a story that needs to be remembered here. We spent some time in the market, which was an interesting experience. It's always been an interesting experience, but especially here, I didn't feel hassled or people weren't constantly trying to sell me things, which was kind of nice because I got to actually really look at things and experience them instead of just kind of being like, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you, you know, and walking through as fast as I can just so that I don't get accosted. Which I understand is part of the culture in the market as well, though. I think Millsaps is doing some great things here, and I think we just need to be careful to remember that we are guests here, and this is not our culture, but we're here to do what we can. To do what we can to help, but at the same time, to help is not really the right verb, you know what I mean? Like, just to kind of be here as a resource, and to kind of do what they want and what they need, not what we want or what we need.
I agree.
So yeah, it's been a great experience. I really enjoy it.
Cool. Awesome.